Happy Tuesday, Seminoles. We cannot have asked for a better day. Nothing but scintillating sunshine, passing off that beautiful Doak Campbell Stadium. Not a cloud to be seen in the sky. Nothing but those baby blues. I keep going. Currently 69 degrees, sunny. So definitely warmer than what you've been to. Definitely not warm, but mild to say the least. And our satellite radar, nothing showing up for rain-wise. So that is great to see. Nothing but sunny skies from Perry, 70 degrees, to upper 60s up in Georgia. Definitely a taste of some early spring weather. And dew point's very dry and comfortable, 33 and 34. Definitely might want to bring some chapstick for that. Well, anyways, for tonight's forecast, lows actually drop off quite a bit to 39 and low 40s. So definitely bring a jacket. It will be a little chilly. And then we rebound much warmer tomorrow, 75 degrees and mid-70s. It'll be a great day to get outside. Anyways, our headline spring-like temperatures, a beautiful weekend ahead, and rain chances return next week. Stay tuned and see if we get to 80 next week on FSU weather.
Happy Tuesday, FSU weather. Hope you had a great day today. I know it's not the best day of the week, but boy, we had the best weather out there for you, definitely. Boy, we got higher temperatures. It's feeling like spring conditions. We also got lower dew points, making you feel a lot better outside, not feeling that weight of the moisture up in the air today. And not only is it continuing right now, but we're looking for this to last much of the rest of the week, as we'll see later on our 7-day forecast for you. But also to note, you're traveling anywhere, it's looking like good conditions pretty much for the most part anywhere you go around. So Florida, for example, we're feeling like the sunshine state, living up to our name. Most of us are pretty dry, as described there. The southeast is finally taking a break. Texas, I know they've had a lot of dire situations out there. They're finally getting a break and getting their highs into the 60s and 70s around Houston, Dallas, all theirs. My thoughts and prayers are definitely with them as they recover definitely from last week and all the crazy winter conditions they've gone through. But it looks like winter is finally done and around the corner. We can finally move on to some spring-like conditions. I wouldn't say entirely, but over the next week or so, it is definitely looking like those conditions. We're getting more springtime. We're getting more hammock weather. We're getting more going through gardens and flowers weather. We're doing all the spring-like activities that you want to do, and yeah, I'm all for it. Personally, for me, ultimate frisbee is my favorite to do during spring, definitely. So whatever you do, get outside and enjoy the weather, because it's definitely some of the best weather that Tally has to offer, personally, before it gets all muggy-like and returns back to summer weather soon in about a month or two or so. So it's going to be very interesting, but on our 7-day forecast, we'll break that down later for you. We'll show exactly how those temperatures and conditions are going to change. But for now, we're going to hit it off to Hayden with our first look at our local.
Yes. Don't even speak those humid conditions in the 90s. Let's just not even think about it. Look at that beautiful sunshine once again over Doak Campbell Stadium, reflecting off our camera lens. That's always a great sign to see after all the rainy conditions. Currently 69 degrees and sunny, so definitely on the mild side, and a light wind from the west-southwest. Maybe pumping a slight bit of moisture, but overall very dry. Anyways, today our almanac, we were 72 degrees. Our average was 69. So we were definitely a little bit above average, and our lows are right on spot. So we were right where we want to be, climatologically average. Over the main area, Perry's our warm spot here at 70 degrees. And our cool spot's actually Apalachicola, 62. Maybe some onshore flow from those cool water temperatures in the Bay of Appalachia. So that's something we'll keep an eye on in the spring, too. Along the coastline, we'll start seeing cooler temperatures, and our land will be warmer. But dew point's very dry across the board, 30s, except for Apalachicola, 40, maybe due to that maritime influence I was talking about. Anyways, on the radar, no clouds to be seen, no rain, just beautiful sunshine. If you're traveling along I-10 or I-75 tonight, should be no weather issues at least. And this is all due to our upper-level water vapor. These orange colors indicate very dry air up in the atmosphere. So we're going to get a lot of subsidence and sinking air and no shot of clouds or even rain, especially if you don't have any clouds. So for our future cast, this looks the same because nothing is going to change. We're going to have clear skies. It will be a cool morning. Lows will get into the upper 30s to low 40s and maybe some rural areas. We might hit 39 like I said in Tallahassee. So overall, it will be a chilly morning, and you're going to want to bring a jacket. But you're quickly going to bring that jacket off after the kids go off to the school bus, and by the afternoon, when they go out to recess, it's going to be plenty warm, 74 Tallahassee, 75 in Monticello, a little bit cooler by the water. So we are going to change our weather in a big way. So don't be surprised if you're really cold in the morning and you're warm by the afternoon. That is what we're going to see. And that's typically something that happens in spring in Florida. You get a wild fluctuation of temperatures through the day and night. So anyways, clear and cold, 40 degrees tonight. And then tomorrow, if you're heading out to Landis, bringing out your dogs or blanket to study, 74 degrees, partly cloudy, an absolute pitch perfect day. Doesn't get much better than that. And the rest of the week, we only get better. Our lows go from 39 to 57. Our highs go up to 79 and 80 on Sunday before we introduce some showers and some rain with our next cool front. But overall, we're just going to stay beautiful. I mean, let's just look at the 80 again. That's great. So that's great seeing Tallahassee. Now we're going to pass it off to Riley.
Well, Hayden, I love to see that 5-day forecast. I've been waiting for that 5-day forecast really since October. But across the southeast, we are also seeing the same trend of warmer temperatures, especially compared to what we have seen lately. Even as far north as Little Rock and Atlanta, getting in on those temperatures near the 70s, if not in the 70s. And it's just all these bright, warm colors, even in the Lone Star state of Texas, where they've been very cold lately. So we really do, want to emphasize things are finally getting a little bit better in Texas, which is the relief that they definitely wanted to see. Now, our dew point temperatures, this is a pretty interesting map this evening because we are very warm in the northern portions of the Gulf, but we are also very dry. Only a dew point of 29 degrees there in Atlanta, and what that indicates is there's not much moisture in the atmosphere right now. More so seeing that moisture as you head down to portions of southern Florida into Miami, where we have a dew point temperature of 69 degrees. That's a little bit closer to the current temperatures in that area. But regardless, it's a very dry day outside, and we're getting a lot of that dry air from what we could tell by our wind speeds is a clockwise rotation. That kind of shows we have some kind of high pressure system along in the Gulf here, and that's creating some sinking air, which is keeping the clouds from forming. And we see that here on our satellite and radar. Not much green or even whites showing up on the map across the region, which is good news if you want to go out, take a walk, take a hike, and enjoy the weather out there, especially with our dry dew point temperatures today. That is nice walking weather, 70s and dry. And we see that dry air in these orange colors here. That really indicates that dry air that we're talking about with those low dew points, and we're definitely seeing the sun. Very little clouds at all in the atmosphere right now over much of the southeast, although we do have some more moist air moving into the region. If you head to portions of Louisiana, they're starting to see some cloud cover move in, so that is a sign of what's to move into regions such as the Carolinas, into Georgia, portions of Florida. This dry air, it's going to stay dry. We're not expecting much in terms of rainfall over the next 5 days, but we might see some dew points rise a little bit there. Our low temperatures this evening, with it being so dry, as I've been saying, we will not be retaining as much heat as we saw today, so we may have gotten a little hotter, but as we head into the night, that heat is going to release into the atmosphere very quickly, and we're going to see temperatures drop into the 40s in much of the region, where it's a little less dry, more moist in the atmosphere. Places like Shreveport, Little Rock, seeing our low temperatures not dip as low as places like Tallahassee and Jacksonville. Tallahassee, that low of 39 degrees is the coldest on the map right now, but it's a little bit more moist in portions of southern Florida, so we're going to see a warmer evening there. And into the day tomorrow, a lot of 70s across the board, even 81 there in Orlando, 81 in Miami. So we are talking about another very warm day for portions of the southeast. Hayden, what do you think of that warm weather?
Oh, did you say 81? I think you did. I love it. I know it's Orlando, but still, just hearing 81 makes me all bubbly inside. Anyways, Texas looks like your best bet if you want to approach that 81. Not quite there, but 77 to San Antonio, a far cry from where they were in the teens. Our cooler spot lies up in the north. There's a stationary boundary separating 67 in Kansas City and 44 in Chicago. So that is going to be a major player on our board with warmer temperatures across the stationary front and cooler temperatures to the north. So anyways, current dew points. We are seeing some dry air across the majority of the nation, especially out west. Salt Lake City 15, Denver 10, Texas is a little bit more moist, including the south, but overall dew points are still very low in the east with 30s. And then Miami is 69, of course. So that's very humid, and that's typically what we expect in Miami, unfortunately. So for frontal systems, not much going on in the southeast. A high pressure is dominating, bringing sunny skies to Tallahassee. There is a stationary front that's not quite across South Florida, bringing those really humid conditions. And then up north, we have some fronts sweeping across, a little bit more active jet stream, and Billings is seeing some snow with a cold front coming into the northwest area. For upper level water vapor, it's relaying the same message I've been talking about in the local. All this brown air in the southeast. This is dry air indicating the region. And as we head west, there's some more moisture, especially up into Billings with our frontal systems. You can kind of see the flow across into Chicago. That'll bring some rain in the northeast. We have a departing system with some dry air coming in. So maybe expect some milder and drier conditions in the northeast. For our drought monitor, nothing in the southeast. There's a couple dry spots, but nothing statistically significant. But out west, all this shades of red around the Four Corners region. Definitely some exceptional to extreme drought. We'll keep an eye on it as we head into the warmer season. For right now, fire outlook could be dangerous in a month or two as we get a little bit warmer. But for the future radar, nothing across the southeast, some dry conditions. And the biggest thing we see on our map is we have a cold front coming into upstate New York, Detroit, Michigan. This Clipper system is going to continue to progress off to the northeast. And maybe Seattle, looks like we have a new system coming in by Wednesday evening to Thursday morning. Maybe we'll have some rain to deal with there. I know they've had a big atmospheric moisture and river coming into the northwest. But over the southeast, absolutely nothing. Maybe it's just some moist conditions popping up. And of course, Florida, don't want to forget about you. There's some showers down in the state of Florida with some daytime heating. Anyways, for tonight's forecast, really a tale of two stories. Chilly in Kansas City, 27, Chicago, 22. And then south of our boundary we have going, we're going to see lows anywhere from the 40s to mid-50s, with Florida, of course, being 60s. And then out west continues to be cool in the elevated areas. And out by LA, 50 degrees and pretty warm. And same thing for tomorrow. The south is going to be seeing much warmer temperatures in the upper 70s, and our plains will be seeing cooler temperatures in the 30s. Now we're going to hand it off to Evan and see what he has to say.
Thank you very much, Hayden. We're going to take things back down to Tallahassee, back down to beautiful Doak Campbell Stadium. There's that sunset we all know and love. Well, look at that. Peaks going right through Doak Campbell Stadium currently right now. Also, crystal clear blue skies abound. There's been no clouds at all today, unlike a little bit earlier past this weekend, even though, yes, our currently sunny skies is predicting that we do have a little bit of clouds, but on our camera, at least facing out on the west side of Tallahassee, we do not have any present. 69 degrees. It's also helping that we're sunny with this western wind coming out of the west, bringing us a little bit of drier conditions from the high pressure system for us. So temperature is cooling down a little bit throughout the night. Tonight. We had highs around the low 70s around. Perry's still sticking around 70 degrees itself. We're seeing around the mid 60s. Thomasville, Bainbridge up to 66 and 67 degrees tonight as well. But you're having some nice conditions out there. How low these dew points are. These usually happens only in the winter time. And yes, you could still say it's still winter, but the temperatures aren't low themselves as well. So with the humidity down to about maybe less than 50% is what we're looking at, about 40 to 50%. Definitely feeling much better and much more comfortable outside. So overall, we do have a little bit of northerly flow. Thomasville, 5 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour in Quincy. That's the overall flow that we have coming into the area. So it's giving us some drier conditions out for there. It's a little bit variable, and elsewhere, Tallahassee getting a southwestern wind up a little bit, and a little bit of on coastline getting a little bit of an onshore flow just as a sea breeze, giving us cooler weather along the coast. If you noticed, Apalachicola had 63 degrees down there compared to around 70 degrees further inland at Tallahassee in southern Georgia. So satellite and radar did have a little pop shower under my name right there offshore. Besides that, we're looking mainly clear, even beyond the Big Bend region up into Dothan, Finiak Springs, and Panama City. The next 24 hours, we're looking at beautiful blue sunny skies for us for the next 24 hours. So get those hammocks out and just definitely enjoy it as much as you can. You can even get homework done outside. I know you usually my excuse to get outside is homework or some work you got to do, definitely, but bring that laptop outside, bring a hammock out, even if you got a little park picnic blanket, even that's sometimes good to be able to just get outside and breathe in the fresh air, basically, for you. But since we do have clear skies during the day today, it will continue tonight, and so we're not going to have that blanket throughout the night tonight, so a lot of heat from the surface is going to rise, and we're getting down to 40 degrees, as much as the heat is going to escape. But good news is the heat definitely returns tomorrow. That bright, hot sunshine, as we know the Sunshine State, 74 degrees with the help of a slight breeze from the west at 3 miles an hour. Just take a look at our 7-day, sitting around the mid-70s. As we get on to the weekend, getting around to 80 degrees, be definitely nice, possibly even a little bit of a tan coming this weekend, with our lows also increasing to about 60 degrees by the weekend. Now we're going to head off to Riley. Look at, what are we looking at, Riley?
We're going to take a look at an educational segment today, and we are going to be talking about dew point temperatures. Now, with that forecast you just saw, a lot of sun, a lot of dry conditions, which means we are going to be seeing low dew points. But what are dew points? Well, what we see here on our dew point map, it indicates the temperature at which rain will fall. If the actual temperature met this 33-degree temperature on our dew point map, we would see precipitation. And the good news for Tallahassee today is that our temperatures are in the 70s, so it is much warmer than that dew point temperature, which means we are not going to see any rainfall. In fact, that is very dry, especially for this area. But head down somewhere such as Miami, 69 degrees. That's kind of indicated by our green color on the map here. We are seeing more of a moist atmosphere, which means we are seeing a temperature that is closer to the temperature at which rain will fall or dew will form, hence why we call it the dew point there. And speaking of our current temperatures, we can see along the Gulf Coast today, we've had a pretty warm day. Temperatures have been in the 70s and 60s in much of the region. And see, 78 degrees in Miami, that dew point temperature is only 9 degrees off. So if it was a 78-degree dew point, that partly cloudy icon might turn into a showers or rain icon. But it's 69 degrees currently in Tallahassee, but our dew point is 33 degrees. So that just shows it's much drier and it's much more comfortable of a humidity level in Tallahassee than it is in Miami right now. And this brings us into water vapor. And what water vapor shows us, if we take a look at our water vapor map, we see that contrast between those orange and those white colors. And what the white colors indicate, there's more cloud cover, there's more moisture in the atmosphere, which means your dew points are going to be a little closer to your actual temperatures than, let's say, this orange region, which has really been dominating much of the southeast the day today. And those orange colors, what I think of orange colors as very dry. So that means it is very dry conditions. And our muggy meter here shows if you have about 55% humidity, you're at a very nice temperature. But once you go up and you get closer and closer to that dew point temperature gets closer and closer to your actual temperatures, you are talking about some pretty muggy conditions that no one really wants to see. Is that right, Evan?
Yes, but good news is we're going to take now a look at our muggy meter for Florida, the Sunshine State, really looking up to its name. We'll show you that radar in a second for you, but itself really staying a little bit farther moist down, farther on the peninsula towards Miami. But boy, these dew points, especially for the Panhandle, all the way reaching down to Gainesville, they are really impressive. We'll take a look at that for you in a second. But here we go. Those temperatures here are for you. Mid-70s around the peninsula and upper 60s around the Panhandle itself for us. But look, most of us sticking with sunny skies. A little bit of some clouds brought out some of the sun and give us some comfortable shade in Orlando and Miami tonight. But here are those dew points exact numbers again. 30s around the Panhandle. You think it would be very cold around there, but as you saw, it's higher, upper 60s and into 70 degrees. So very comfortable conditions up there. Meanwhile, Panhandle, we're still sticking with a little bit of moisture sticking around, bringing us, yes, a little bit more dreadful conditions, but nothing we're not used to. And boy, we're living up to the Sunshine State name today because of how dry it is. Yes, we usually see onshore sea breezes somewhere along Florida. I know it's very known for it, anywhere from Tampa to Miami to Orlando. But look, all the dry air swiftly coming along and across Florida, leaving us with no clouds in the sky whatsoever. We do have a little bit of onshore flow, just tiny down by Miami, but compared to the whole square of Florida, we're looking mighty beautiful throughout the day today. All along your drive along I-10 from Jacksonville all the way to Pensacola is looking like an absolute great one for us here tonight. As long as anywhere from Orlando to Tampa, besides just a little bit of some onshore, tiny bubbles of activity offshore, we're looking mighty good there, unless you happen to be going boating all the way out there. Regardless, nothing too severe. Last week, we do have some rain showers just popping up in Miami, moving from the Everglades to offshore, moving from west to east as well. Might be affecting your drive all the way down to Key West on US 1 as well, but should be fine except for that. So tonight, we're probably going to stick with those conditions for Miami for tomorrow, but next 2 days should be nice and sunny for them. Meanwhile, Tampa sticking with simple sunny conditions for us the next 3 days, as well as Orlando sticking in with those warmer temperatures as well. Jacksonville, a little bit cooler. Higher 70s are our high for the next 3 days. And then Pensacola might reach the rain again on Thursday for you. So tonight's forecast, we're going to look around, getting down to the 40s for most of the panhandle. But tomorrow, boy, it's going to get almost up to the 80s into the peninsula with 82 in Orlando. But now we're going to head off to the desk with sports with Riley.
And yes, Evan, we are experiencing quite a bit of warmth, and that will continue into a lot of events we have, such as, let me get the clicker on here, and get into our lifestyle segment. We're going to talk about sports, but just a current look, we have a nice sunset over Doak Campbell Stadium, as always. And if you are going to the airport today, it's a good day to travel. We don't have much in terms of cloud cover, and we should be staying dry as well. So don't expect too much turbulence flying over the area today. The air will be sinking, and it's not going to be causing uplift. And airport delays across the region, across the country, seems pretty nice everywhere. Not as much weather going on this week as we have seen in recent time across the country. And here in Tallahassee, if you're going to walk your dog tomorrow, it's going to be a little chilly in the morning because it will be dry outside, but as we head into the later morning hours, we warm up, approach the 60s there. That is going to be some nice weather. If you're going to the softball game on Friday, it's going to be 70 degrees and sunny. Very nice temperatures there. And for baseball, also on Friday, 71 degrees. So definitely a great day to go out and watch a spring sport because we're going to be seeing some spring weather. Talking about more of a winter sport with basketball here. Some showers if you're heading down to Miami for that game. And at UNC should be some nice weather, but luckily for that game in Miami, it will be indoors. And Notre Dame as well. Another game you're going to want to have indoors. It's going to be cold. So if you're going to head to that game, travel to support our Florida State girls basketball team, go ahead. But if coming back home, you will be getting some nicer and warmer conditions. And tomorrow is election day here on campus at Florida State. If you're going out to vote, you should not be seeing any real conditions talking about weather, so it will be nice there. And now, here's for our local forecast this evening, last local forecast of the night. And here's another look here at Doak Campbell Stadium, a nice sunset this evening. And we are going to see that sun set and temperatures are going to cool down. And they were a little chilly this morning, waking up at 42 degrees. Typically, that is where we're at this time of year, but we're not typically at that high of 72 degrees. Still short, though, of our record of 83 degrees. But look at that 30-degree diurnal range. That just shows how dry and how low our dew points are this evening. And our temperatures across the region starting to cool off now that we are seeing the sun set in the region, still holding on to the 60s across the region. And it is not very muggy outside. It feels very nice if you're going for a walk. Hey, you might want to just walk your dog this evening. Forget about tomorrow, right? Or just do it more than once because you want to walk your dog more than once. But the radar is showing that it's good to go walk your dog or just go on a walk with friends. How about that? And it will stay that way over the next 24 hours, maybe seeing some cloud cover move into the region. You won't notice it. It's going to be very, very nice of a day tomorrow. And speaking of nice, look at that, 74 degrees. I'd say maybe the perfect temperature might be 75 degrees. So, I mean, the water is cold, but the air temperatures are nice for going to the beach for you guys. And clear and cold tonight, 40 degrees, a little too cold for me, but if you want to go have a fire pit or something like that, tonight would be the night to do that. But tomorrow, it'll be a little bit too hot for a fire. But it will be nice and warm there at 74 degrees and no precipitation in that forecast. That's the key, especially after the rainy week we had last week. And heading into the latter parts of your day tomorrow, we will reach the 70s tomorrow, though I love the 70s, guys, especially after the winter we've had, the past couple of weeks we've had here in the region. And speaking of 70s, 74 tomorrow isn't anything on these upper 70s we'll see by the weekend, and those low temperatures will warm up too. So this weekend, we will be hot for this time of year, not hot as in Florida hot that we'll see in the next couple months. 80 degrees there on Sunday before we take things back, see some rain chances return, but not until early parts of next week. So Evan, I'm really liking this forecast. I've been looking forward to something like this. I'm sure you have as well.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't say officially welcome to spring, but we do feel like we're getting those spring-like temperatures back on our 7-day forecast for us coming up. As we look, here is our 7-day now. I would say the groundhog, if you remember back on February 1st, did predict 3 more weeks of winter, but I can safely say, at least for here in Tallahassee, we're experiencing definitely getting up to those spring-like temperatures. We haven't seen 80 degrees back since probably November. I could be wrong about that, but it's been quite some time to finally get up to that. And besides that, I think we're having great conditions just in general. Besides the temperatures on our 7-day, look at those sunshine. We're not expecting rain itself until next Monday. So definitely plan accordingly and take advantage. We had severe weather chances after severe weather threats last weekend, specifically on Monday and Thursday of last week. It was very gloomy most of the week last week. Lots of cloud cover, lots of not seeing the sun, basically, very much. So I think that's today's the way of saying, basically, go out and enjoy the sun while it lasts. I know we've had plenty of it last weekend, which is great to enjoy. But, hey, we got plenty of it coming up for you until next Monday. And even the chance till next Monday, it's only a 40% chance for you. But you can follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. We're providing updates on the weather as well as turning in your photos that you send to us. If you want to send us any beautiful photos that you can send us on Instagram as well. You can also watch us live on YouTube at FSU Weather. You want to see our pretty little faces up there just on your own phone rather than looking on cable or on the television itself. But yeah, just go out, have a beautiful day. Send us some pictures of the beach. That's a personal favorite for me. It might be a little bit cold to get in the waters, yes, but the temperature's warming up. Boy, you can easily have a good tan day. I need to get back. I need to get a tan back myself personally, so that'll be something on my to-do list coming up shortly whenever I can. But thank you for watching Tuesday edition of FSU Weather. Thank you for watching, and we're thankful for all of you here at home. As for me, I'm student meteorologist Evan Thomason. Have a great night.